You know, every factory, every warehouse, every single logistics hub, they all have these hidden heroes. It's not always the big machinery or even the people, but it's the constant, reliable supply of all the essential stuff that keeps the whole operation moving. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of those key players, Viyara Industries.
So here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll get to know Viyara and what they're all about. Then we'll dive into their industrial safety gloves. Stick around for their tapes and adhesives, and then clean things up with their industrial chemicals. And to wrap it all up, we'll look at what they call the Viyara advantage, what really makes them stand out.
All right, first up, let's get into the Viyara philosophy. See, they're not just some name in a massive catalog. They really position themselves as a strategic partner in your success. So what does that actually mean for you? Well, it means they're genuinely invested in making your operations run smoother, not just in selling you a box of something. And their focus is absolutely laser sharp. They get the unique pressures and demands of places like factories, warehouses, and busy logistics hubs. This isn't some one-size-fits-all kind of deal. It's a specialized service for the real backbone of our economy.
And this right here, this is where their business model is just plain smart. They're not trying to be a giant superstore for every industrial thingamajig you can imagine. Instead, they've zeroed in on the essential, high-turnover consumables that every facility needs day in and day out. You can think of them as the provider of your operational heartbeat, the stuff you just can't afford to run out of.
So it all really boils down to these four pillars they're promised to you. You've got cost efficiency, so your budget stays healthy, operational reliability, so you can actually trust the products you're using, easy repeat procurement, which saves you a ton of time and hassle, and maybe most importantly, a long-term partnership, so you know they've always got your back. Okay, let's move on to our first product category, industrial safety gloves. I mean, in any environment where your hands are your most valuable tools, protecting them is completely non-negotiable. A simple hand injury can cause lost productivity, increased costs. You know the drill. That's why having dependable hand protection is so incredibly critical. And here it is, the absolute workhorse of their glove lineup, the general-purpose cotton knitted glove. It's designed for all those everyday tasks where you need comfort and just good basic protection. Whether you're in a warehouse or out on a factory floor, these are just a solid, reliable choice.
You've got options for weight, either 40 or 50 grams, and they're perfect for packing, loading, and unloading, and all kinds of general material handling. You know, they're simple, they're effective, they're essential. It's the kind of product that just works, so you can focus on getting the job done.
Now, for those jobs that need a little more, well, traction, Viyara's got you covered with these cotton-knitted gloves with PVC dots. That dotted pattern you see? That's the key. It's designed for one main purpose: to give you a much better grip.
And this slide really shows you where these gloves shine. They're a bit heftier, which makes them perfect for handling cartons securely, for industrial assembly work where you can't have your tools slipping, and really any operation where preventing slips is crucial for both safety and efficiency.
Okay, let's switch gears to the next essential category, industrial tapes and adhesives. I mean, from the dispatch department all the way to maintenance, having the right tape is just fundamental to keeping things flowing. Think about it. Every single package that leaves your facility is a little representation of your brand, and that's exactly why you need a tape you can trust. This is Viyara's BOPP packing tape, and it's pretty much the go-to solution for sealing up cartons securely and professionally. The specs here are industry standard for a really good reason. They work. At 48 millimeters wide, with a pretty generous 65 meters of length on each roll, you're getting a whole lot of sealing power. It's just a reliable workhorse for any kind of high-volume dispatch operation. Now for a tape that's designed to be temporary, but still just as tough. Viyara's industrial-grade masking tape is the perfect answer for those jobs where you need a strong hold, but you also need it to come off clean. No sticky residue left behind. Oh, we have all been there, right? You peel off a piece of tape and it leaves behind that awful sticky mess that you have to scrape off. Yeah, that's not a problem with this stuff. The rubber-based adhesive is designed for clean removal, which makes it absolutely ideal for protecting surfaces during painting, for temporarily holding components in place, and all sorts of other maintenance tasks around the factory. All right, let's talk about our third category, industrial cleaning chemicals. Because a clean facility isn't just about looking good, it's about safety, it's about efficiency, and it's about your employees' well-being. Viyara gets that, which is why they offer a whole range of powerful cleaning solutions in bulk.
And this right here, this is the key takeaway for their entire chemical line. By supplying these products in a concentrated form, They help you save a ton of money and reduce your storage space because you just dilute them on site whenever you need them. It's just smarter.
So let's look at two of their core products. Over on the left, you've got the Industrial Floor Cleaner, which is designed to cut through all the grime and dirt you find on large factory floors and in warehouses. And on the right, you've got the industrial-grade Phenyl, a really powerful disinfectant for keeping your washrooms, drains, and other critical areas totally hygienic and safe. And finally, in this category, their bulk liquid hand wash. You know, in a busy industrial setting, hand hygiene is a massive priority for stopping the spread of germs and illness. This is a mild formula, so it's fine for frequent use, and it's a really cost-effective way to keep your staff safe and healthy in high-traffic places, like factory washrooms or canteens. So we've seen the what. Now let's get into the why. This last section really pulls everything together to explain what they call the Viyara advantage. Why would you choose them as a long-term partner?
This slide really gets to the heart of it. On the left, you see their focus. They stick to industrial use products and a carefully chosen list of items. What that means for you is consistent quality and a super simple, streamlined reordering process. And on the right, you see their model. They are built for bulk supply. Their reliable sourcing and their supply chain mean you never have to worry about running out of the essentials. And because they have this focused approach, it means they have a really deep understanding of the specific challenges and demands of your industry. So whether you're in manufacturing, logistics, or maintenance, you're not just buying a product, you're actually tapping into their expertise. And that really brings us to a final question. And this one is just for you. Take a second and think about your current process for getting all these essential consumables. Is there room for a little more efficiency, maybe more reliability, or a partnership that really truly gets what you need? If the answer is yes, then hey, you should definitely reach out. All of Viyara Industries' contact details are right there on the screen. It really could be the first step towards a more streamlined, reliable, and cost-effective supply chain for your entire business. Thanks for tuning in.